People don't leave companies. They leave cultures where they don't feel valued. Welcome to the Appreciation at Work podcast, where we share real stories from leaders building workplaces that teams don't want to leave. I'm your host, Dr. William Attaway. I'm excited today to have Nick Hoard on the Appreciation at Work podcast. Nick, thanks for being here, man.
Hey, man. Glad to be here. Dr. Attaway, always good to see you. Always good to hang out with you. And excited to be on another podcast with you, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'd love to start with you sharing a little bit of your story with our listeners, Nick. Tell us about you and what you do.
Me and what I do. Well, so we'll just keep it professional then, and we'll talk about from that standpoint. I'm in digital marketing and advertising. Started my company. It'll be 8 years in April. And it started as Nick the Marketer, and Nick the Marketer still exists in some degree, but it's kind of a housing unit for my other things that I do now. So I own a digital marketing agency called Patient Care Marketing Pros. It's a niche agency. We just serve urgent care and patient care type businesses. I also am a pilot, and I bring that into the mix because I use it to fly to go visit pilots. We're about to launch a YouTube channel that's actually, I think we're going to call it Postcards from Preston. I have a special needs child, and I'm trying to build out his future. So Postcards from Preston, he's going to go to work with dad. We're going to go visit clients, but we're going to talk all about him and what he's experiencing while we're out there. I like to invest in stuff. I mean, as you tell me, man, I don't call it just a pure entrepreneur because I feel like they jump from business to business to business, which is awesome. I like the focus method, follow one course until successful. So I dive in and then go for it. So
that's so
there
great.
you go, man.
Well, you already kind of gave me an answer to this next one, but what's one thing most people don't know about you that might surprise them? I mean, a lot of people may not know you're a pilot.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Well, that's one of them. I think the one that surprises the most people, because you don't hear it on any of my resume, is my background is in studio music and jazz performance. So I'm a saxophone player. Now my son's a saxophone player, and he's really good at it. He plays my horn that I used to go out
That's awesome.
and gig with. So it's really cool to watch it. He's better than I am. So I love it.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's good.
That's a joy, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that.
Sure.
So we're talking about the 5 languages of appreciation today. How did you first learn about this framework?
Well, I have to say that it started back years and years and years ago when I was doing the 5 love languages, trying to figure out who the heck my wife was and what does she need, and why are you the way you are, and why am I the way I am? You know, that kind of stuff, right? And why the things that make me happy don't make her happy or feel loved or appreciated, all that kind of stuff. So that was the original introduction, probably 15 years ago, with some entrepreneurs who just kind of poured into me and say, dude, I know you love your wife, but she has no clue because you're doing it wrong. So that's how that worked out.
I love that.
And then trying to figure out, okay, well, that works. If that works in marriage, it's got to work in probably most relationships. Why are my friends who my friends are? Why do I pick the team members that I pick? Or why do they pick the team members that they pick now that I have a bigger team, right?
Yeah.
And just starting to unpack that a little bit. I was like, well, if the 5 love languages work, my VP of operations, Michael, says, hey, man, you know, they make one for the workplace, right? I'm like, I do now. So what I did, Dr. Attaway, is I had my entire team. I bought the book, The 5 Languages of Appreciation at Work. I bought it for everybody on my team, and we went together through it as a team. And I'm sure we'll dig into this a little bit, but now we've put it into practice in our organization, and we're intentional about it.
I love that. So when you first go through this book together as a team, and I love the idea of doing it as a kind of a book club, right? Or in the workplace. Like when you first were going through it, was there a moment when you realized, as you were looking at the assessment results and looking around the table, was there a moment when you realized that explains a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I had already kind of discovered that just in understanding the 5 love languages. But to watch the team really see their eyes open and go, oh, that explains a lot, the way you said it. Because if you once you know something, you can spot it. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So now that I know it, I can spot it when I talk to somebody and unpack a little bit more about them. But they haven't studied it yet, or hadn't at the time. And to watch them go through it and be like, oh, that's what's wrong with me, or that's what's right with me. You know, however you want to look at it, right? It's not really a wrong thing. It's just that's why I have one particular team member who is absolutely not physical touch. Absolutely not physical touch. And I'm like, I knew that, but she figured that out on her own. like through this process. So that was the iPop.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So before you did this together as a team, before you read this book, how did you typically try to show appreciation to the people that you work with?
Basically my love language or my language of
Mm,
appreciation. Like
yeah.
ultimately, before I realized I feel like the book kind of gave me permission to do it. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. It's like I knew it, but I didn't have permission. So here's what I know for sure. Well, first of all, my language of appreciation, my love language is physical touch. That's my primary one. Well, that's a
Gotcha.
big fat hairy no-no being a man business owner in a workplace with half of us being ladies, right?
Yeah.
So I already kind of knew. So I knuckle bump people. I don't hug. I don't put my arm around people. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. But
Smart.
that doesn't change the need,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? So that
Absolutely.
doesn't change the need of like, I still physical touch. You can tell me how much you appreciate me. You can show me how much you appreciate me. But if you come up to me and give me a chest bump or a high five or something like that means so much more to me, or really just give me a hug, that kind of thing. I care more about that kind of stuff than any of the other love languages. So, or
Mm.
languages of appreciation. Sorry, I'm gonna get this right before the end
I'm
of the
with
month.
you, man. I'm with you. You're in it. That's
So
really good. So that was before. Like now, what does it look like for you guys to execute on this? Like everybody's been through the book, everybody's done the assessment. We know
right.
our language of appreciation. Like now what? What does it look like now?
Yeah, so, so there's layers to that, okay? Because
Okay.
like I said, we were intentional about it. Well, one, get the book out of the way, go do the book, go read the book, go take the assessments. My whole team has taken the assessment. Much like, well, there's 3 things. We all do a DISC profile, DISC. Most people are familiar with that. For me, I there's Colby Index and all these other things. And I'm like, I need 4 letters, not 12. You know what I mean? Like, just give me the 4. So simple, right? And then we do then we do the languages of appreciation. And then the last thing we do is our working genius by Pat Lencioni. So what we do is we have a virtual workspace. We also have a physical workspace, but we have a virtual workspace called Kumo Space, if you have heard of
Mhm.
it. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you can have a permanent description in your profile. And in that profile, we have your DISC assessment. What are you ID? Are you IS, SC, whatever? So we have that. We have your language of appreciation, and we have your working genius. So that if I hover over your name, I'm gonna know how to communicate with you in multiple
Love
different
that.
ways. Like we're gonna have multiple ways to do that. So, how has that allowed me to be more intentional? Well, I can just hover over someone's name when I'm about to go walk into their little Kumo space office. Be like, okay, this person is a driver. They want me to get to the point. Okay, they are a gifts person and their working genius is tenacity, so they can get it over the finish line.
Mm.
Right. Like, I know
Mm.
about who I'm about to go talk with. Like, let's get it done and let's get it finished. Right.
Mhm.
Right. So, knowing that let's just say that they're a gifts person. Right,
Yeah.
taking them something fun. Hey, I was thinking about you and I found this, right? I'll give you an example. Alyssa on our team.
Yeah.
She is exactly what I just described to you. Okay. And I knew that there was a time that I had to go have a conversation with her because she was having a rough time, not in the company, just in general. Right. And I
Mm.
also know she likes pickles, random.
Okay.
Okay. So I
Well, good to
found
know.
her a hand knitted on TikTok, I'm sure, a hand knitted emotional support pickle. Right.
Oh, that's excellent.
That was 2.5 years ago, and it's still the first thing you see when you get to her desk,
Wow.
right? Talking about
I love that.
being seen and cared for, and it wasn't just bringing a gift, it was that thing was $8 plus $25 shipping and handling, TikTok, right?
That's right.
But he paid you I half wonder at this point if, like, FedEx and UPS are, like, propagating this out there because 'cause they're the ones who win in all of this. There's
That's right.
no way they made money on the pickle. Anyway. So that was like I said, $8 plus shipping and handling, but the fact that it was tied to a situation, and then on top of that, it was a gift, like physical something,
Right.
and then I can see,
Tangible
like,
gift. Yeah.
obviously it meant
Yeah.
something because it's still on our desk today, 2.5 years later, right? There's been failures at this, man. There's
Oh,
been,
yeah.
yeah, so I brought this in to get prepping for this because I just thought it was funny, and I'll hold a couple of them up to the thing. So people are words of affirmation. This is almost a gift and an affirmation. So again, on TikTok, I found stickers, right? right?
Nice.
That says overstimulated, right?
Yeah.
Here's one that says, "You are beautiful, you are worthy, you are enough." Just let's see here. I love this. Progress, not perfection, right?
Yes. Love
Things,
it.
and I will give these stickers out. But here's the thing: when I bought this whole thing of stickers to give out, there's half of these are missing, and the reason why is because they had a semicolon in them. Any idea what that means? Yeah, me either. Okay, so here, good. We're on the same page. You're about to learn something today. So I have a whole array of conservative, liberal, white, black, purple, Asian, everything. I've got everything on my team, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Strength and diversity.
so a semicolon is a very mental health thing, just not attuned to that. And it means don't kill yourself. So
What?
I'm handing out stickers that say don't kill yourself by having the semicolon on there. So as you can imagine,
Oh my.
my intention was a bad failure. Just like, what do you think I'm gonna do, man? Like, stay another
Wow.
day. What does that mean? So anyway, I had no idea that a semicolon meant hang in there, your story's not over, I think is what it's meant. Like, don't kill yourself.
Wow.
Um,
I had no idea.
hey, you and me, man. I had no idea either.
Wow.
And here I am giving out semicolon like little things and emojis and hang in there, you got this, that kind of stuff. And they're like, what does he think
No.
I'm gonna do? You know?
No.
So you can have all the good intention in the world and you can still flub it up, man. I'm telling you.
Well, here's the thing. You don't swing, you don't hit the ball.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
a big believer, and I love how that sticker showed it just a second ago. Progress, not perfection.
That's
If
right.
you wait until it's perfect, if you wait until you got everything right, you will never make progress
That's right.
because you'll never move. It's never going to be perfect. Swing anyway.
Yeah,
And I'll give you kudos for that. Swing it, man. You're swinging. You're throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're seeing what sticks. I love it.
yep. We're gonna as a team, I've got some people that like Lord of the Rings. And
Nice.
they are re-releasing it at the end of this month back into the theaters. So
Really?
we're gonna for the quality time. We're just I'm closing up shop here locally, and we're gonna all go watch the Lord of the Rings at the local theater together at like 3 o'clock or something like that. They shut down a little early, so there's your quality time.
Love it.
It's I learned this from Craig Groeschel is everybody says protect your yes, right? Protect your yes, protect your time. Be careful what you say yes to. But when it comes to your team, when they come to you and say, "Hey, this would be a really good opportunity for us to spend time together," and it makes sense and it's not that expensive, you say yes to it.
Mm,
You know what I
that's
mean?
good.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
protect your yes, but I think in the context of showing appreciation thoughtfully, and even when they're saying, "Hey, this is how you can show me appreciation," like if it's feasible, say yes.
Great advice. So many people look at appreciation. They're like, oh, it's just one more thing. Oh, it's just, it's expensive. I can't afford that. And I think what you've illustrated here with these examples is it does not have to cost a fortune. If you pay shipping on TikTok, maybe it will, but
I mean, you buy
for the
TikTok stuff.
most part, it doesn't have to be like trips and bonuses and here's your own plane. That's not what we're talking about.
Even though gifts is not my love language, if you wanna give me a plane,
You're okay with that.
okay, keep going.
You're okay with that. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of companies really struggle with this because they're in the mindset of rewards and recognition. And it's got to be a big deal. It's got to be a trip. It's got to be a big bonus. It's got to be, something like that. And they fall into the trap of thinking that's enough when only 9% of people out of the 470,000 plus that have taken the languages of appreciation assessment, only 9% of them say the tangible gift is their language of appreciation.
Right, that's not the most.
No, it means 91% of the people are saying, I'm something else, And I think what you're describing here in the things that you've talked about are the variety of approaches you can take to help people see that they are valued and authentically appreciated.
Right.
Kudos for that.
There's some layers to some of the thank you, by the way. There's some layers to this that over time you'll learn as well. And that's I had mentioned earlier DISC and also Working Geniuses in addition to languages of appreciation. Understanding that somebody may be words of affirmation, but they don't like public affirmation. Right.
100%.
So that was something that I learned, not the hard way, thank God, but, I realized I have a team member who is words of affirmation, but if I call her out in public, she's not gonna like me or that at all. She doesn't want that. And so
Absolutely.
I'll pull her to the side or I'll send her a private Slack message. Hey, I see what you did. That was awesome. And for me, I always attach it to a core value or something so that I'm edifying like an action, not a personality, if that will.
Yeah.
You need to be careful with that as well.
Absolutely.
Celebrate wins, celebrate actions, don't celebrate who you are because that can become a challenge. But anyway, there you go, man. Just the layers. It isn't complicated, but it does take intentionality.
As anything good does.
For real. Yeah. For example, my least I don't get anything from it, and I genuinely don't like doing it, is gifts. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through the book Giftology just to learn. Like, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand how people feel appreciated this way. I don't. Very bottom rung of my appreciation ladder. So that's another thing I would recommend is find out where you're the weakest and figure out a way to get good at that.
Well, and that's one of the things I like about the assessment is that it tells you your primary language of appreciation, your secondary language, and the language you least value. And so you can know, oh, okay, so for this person, this is the one to steer clear of.
Right.
This is the one that's not just going to not fill their tank. This is going to drain their tank. So are you guys fully in person?
No, we have a hybrid work environment. So there's 18 members on the team, and we have 3 in Pakistan. We have 3 in Colombia. I have 2 in Memphis, Tennessee, and then everybody else is here locally. And thus the reason for Kumo space. So I do have a full staff in office, but also several remote, and they are team members. They're not. I don't view them as contractors. They're on our team, so we treat them that way. And let me tell you what, it is not easy to get things to Pakistan.
I would imagine.
But we do.
Wow.
But we do. We do give it. Our friend, mutual friend, John Hanau, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I've put things in his hand knowing he was going to go to Colombia, South America to give to my team members that are through GoStaffy. So like, here, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Our friends, Azar and Athar, Siddiqui, right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I can't seem to get this stuff to Pakistan. Let me tell you something. Get into something other people are interested in and watch their loyalty go through the roof. That's not the reason you do it, by the way. But my Pakistan team are super into cricket. I have learned about it. We have team colors of Pakistan that we wear on our Zoom meetings when they're playing just to like build them up. And the byproduct, the win is that you're loving somebody well. The byproduct is the loyalty you get from it.
Nick, that's so good and so intentional. And that word has really been woven throughout this conversation today. And I think that what you're describing, so many people look at this and they're like, oh, remote employees, that's hard to show appreciation. It's hard to make that work.
Right.
Choose your hard, man.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a culture that's healthy and sustainable? Or do you want to look at that and say, man, that's the culture I wish I had?
Well, let me tell you, the ultimate win is when you build that trust there I don't know the audience of this podcast, and I can understand if you need to pull this out later, but knowing that they have a Muslim culture over there, but I've built trust with them for them to come into my Kumo space and say, hey man, can you pray for me?
Yes.
I mean, you're opening up a door from my personal relationship and my Christian faith to enter in a completely different faith. And for them to trust me with something like that because of the intentionality we've done from an ocean away. You kidding me?
That's so good. There are people listening, Nick, who hear this and they're like, yeah, appreciation, all that stuff's nice. But is it really necessary? If they were sitting across a table from you, how would you respond to that statement?
No, it's not necessary. You can have a revolving door business if you'd like.
So you see a direct line to this and retention is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. You have choices. There's a first door, second door. There's a third door and a fourth door. You can choose your own adventure here. I just know that some paths are much harder than others.
That's so well said.
I love the statement, and I think it could apply here. I've heard it in other areas that you either live with the pain of discipline or you live with the pain of regret. And if you're disciplined enough to be intentional about loving people well, or at least showing
Yes.
appreciation well, you won't deal
Yes.
with the pain of regret of trying to replace them to your competitor all the time. So there you go. Those are
Well, that is a great way to land this episode.
there you go.
I'm so grateful to you, man, for sharing your experience, your insights from implementing and making this a part of your culture. Thanks so much for sharing this today.
Thanks for having me on the podcast. I really do appreciate you and the languages of appreciation in the workplace. It's game changer for us. So thank you.
Absolutely. I know folks are going to want to continue to learn from you, Nick, learn more about what you're doing. What's the best way for them to do that?
Best place to find me is on Facebook or on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, it's Nick Hoard, Hoard. You could also go to Nick the Marketer if you want to look up that direction. And that's kind of a pathway to all of my things.
Nice.
But there you go. That's how you find me.
We'll put those links in the show notes.
Love it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nick.